I gotta make it look good. Shit.
Yes,
Gotta make it look good. Hey, what's going on? The CJ Wills here with DoakTalk, man. Back with my boy Larry on. We're going to get into our weekly segment, or weekly show rather, in regards to covering the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles, for what the week has brought them. And it's been an interesting week, to say the least, for both parties. Going to tell the two cities, so to speak. Motherfuckers
yes,
celebrate championships around this bitch, and then the other ones, we want everybody fired.
yeah,
So, yeah.
man. It what a difference a year made, right? And we just starting up. I can't say I saw this for y'all. I can't. Well, I can't say I saw the fall off being this epic this soon. I thought there would be a drop off. I didn't think there'd be a fall off. And so far, it looked like a fall off. We got to see if there's any bounce back left. Let's go FAMU. That's my HBCU, man. Yeah, let's go FAMU. Let's go home. Let's get up out of here. These people done beat the hell up.
This might be the only time I cheer for fam too, which is crazy.
If fam beat us, the show over. I ain't gonna promise to eat no dog turds. But if fam
right, don't do that.
End of the show.
And shout out that guy, man. I'm pretty sure everybody caught wind of it. If you're not on Twitter, you're on different social medias. It was what blew me is like the national media that caught on, but it was
Scott Van Pelt talked about him, bro.
Yeah. They talked about Bleacher Report, TMZ, all of them chiming in on that. But it was a guy on Twitter saying that he'll eat dog shit out of a red plastic cup if Boston College. Sure enough, FSU lost to Boston College, and Twitter was on his head. I'm talking about Barstool, like all it's crazy how I call national win like that. And of course, he deleted his Twitter account, things like whatever. So
he came back though.
3, 2, 1.
He couldn't stay away. He could not stay away. I remember years ago, a dude, he made Bleacher Report too, because he said he would eat a hat if the Falcons did something. I can't quite remember exactly what it was, but bro held his word. He didn't eat an entire hat, but bro, he took like a new era, and bro was like actually eating pieces of his hat, man.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I respected him for holding the bet.
Yeah, you'll never hear me say anything I will outlandish in regards to these sports teams, because nah, bro. Mm-mm.
You never know. Right, and then they fail, and I got to do something crazy?
Right,
Nah. I pay your money. I pay your money if we lose. I'll wear a t-shirt if we lose, but I am not eating any type of fecal matter. Not demeaning myself in any way. A t-shirt ain't nothing. I don't mind. I still got my Florida State t-shirt. I wear it to work still from when I lost the bet last year. I wear it to work. People think I'm a Noles fan. I'm like, hell no, but it's a conversation starter. So
right.
Yeah, but that don't demean me. Yeah, you can't put something like that out there in the atmosphere, man. You really should have ate that shit, dog. To be honest with you.
Yeah, be a man of your word, man. Red cup and all.
Yeah, keep to it, man. You want to kick off what's going on in Tallahassee, man?
Yeah, we could do that. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Tallahassee. This shit is crazy, real crazy. So I want to address something real quick too. As far as like motherfuckers placing blame on me. I want to address it's CJ fault. He been lying and it was this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. That's perfect. If you guys want to say I lied, I'm cool with that. But be consistent too. Be consistent. When I said book the motherfuckers last year,
right?
You feel me? I ain't hear no shit in there. Oh, CJ, that was a good job, CJ. You did it. You predicted that shit way in damn March, this, that, and the third. And dang, like I was the only ones that felt like these motherfuckers would be good.
I love it, dog. I love it. I was like, y'all actually putting the blame on my boy? Like, I mean, that's fan talk regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hotel room. And first of all, if y'all booking hotel rooms and got to pay the shit up front, man, shame on y'all. Y'all doing that shit the wrong way in the first year.
Yeah, but I say you could cancel it, right?
Right. If you actually lost money from that shit, then booking through certain sites, and I don't know what y'all got going on. But hell, the ACC coaches, they pick who to win the conference.
Did they pick Florida State? I don't remember. I'm
Florida State was
assuming they
picked to
did.
win the preseason win the conference.
Probably them or Clemson, I would have assumed, yeah. So
Then they picked us, and Clemson was second. You guys was third.
yeah.
Nick
I do
Saban
remember
said
seeing
that
that
he
one.
was going to win the ACC top 5 roster. He done seen all these NFL draft guys saying, "Oh, this the NFL. This is a per scouts. This is This is going to be the best defense line in college. This, that, and the third." So I mean,
Couldn't
I'm
be
cool
more
with that
wrong.
because also, man, when I told you guys, and you remember this during our roll up days, when I told you guys in 2022, when I was at that first spring practice, I was like, man, these boys look a little different than last year, man. They're bigger, they're a little faster. Like this team actually have something. And the boys ended up going 10-3. But this team looked from a similar look, they just got that same dog in regards to that hunger. But nah, man, y'all go blame me, man. I'm a man, I'm 40. Just be
Put it on you. I ain't gonna
right.
put it. I know you have, some insight. You get to hang at practice a little longer than, like the press, credentialed press type guys and all that. But I mean, for one, they passed the eyeball test, right? So
Yeah,
you
definitely.
looking at, okay, look like Tarzan. Maybe play like James, but you ain't gonna really know that until you start facing other competition.
Right, because I
Playing each
mean, not
other.
offensive line, not defense line. I could hell how the motherfuckers been playing. I can see why they feel like this is an NFL defensive line.
Right. They
These
beat the
boys,
hell out of them. You
right?
have to play other people. That's why, for the life of me, I always tell people, like, I don't care about none of that camp talk stuff. It doesn't really reflect until we get out here and face some sort of competition. So, I mean, blame Mike Norvell, maybe.
No, Mike.
CJ done put the team together.
Well, Mike said this is the
The
biggest, the most
strongest and
physical,
fastest.
fastest team I've had at Florida State. Which from like us, you think about like the receivers, like most of them boys, they faster than Keon and John. Like them boys like running 10 sub 10, but like it's the difference between you got to play fast and look, and you got to play fast first of all. You can look physical, but actually displaying that shit and putting that shit on tape, man, that's a different damn thing. Like Jared Verse, for instance, like he's not a pass rush specialist. Like this motherfucker is a 3-down defensive end. Like he gets physical in the run game. He don't mind taking on blockers, this, that, and the third. Like he's one of them defensive ends, and you see what you're missing in regards to Pat Pitt because he's not that at all. He's just not a physical player when it comes to that type of being that type of player, and that's how I think they kind of balanced each other out last year a little bit in regards to that. And now you got to be that focal point. You got to be that guy. It's a little bit different. But no, it's just to talk about the game in general. I don't know what Mike got going on. We have no team identity, so he pretty much did the exact opposite of what he did last damn week against Georgia Tech. We ran the ball this, that, and the third. Couldn't really establish a run. Kept trying. Motherfucker ran the ball. I go to the numbers again, but shit, we just tried to run the ball or pass the ball rather the entire game. You had 42 pass attempts. That
That
shit.
can't be it.
He had 42 pass attempts. And I know Boston College was stuffing our run game. Don't get me wrong, but shit, we only attempted 21 rushes throughout the entire game, bro. So this is the stat, and this is why like I want these fucking gold chains taken off. I want these Lambos returned. I want all that shit, bro. I want the veneers. I want the teeth taken back. I want all that, bro.
You imagine they repo your veneers?
Like, motherfucker,
Yeah.
they rushed the ball for 263 yards.
Mm.
They damn near had 300 yards. Like they passed for 100 yards. They didn't have to throw that bitch.
Oh, I watched that game.
It was filthy.
It just looked. There was just absolutely nothing special on Florida
There
State
was
side.
no spark, no energy.
And who's the guy on either side?
No
We don't
leader.
have a guy or guys that I observed in that game. I
No
watched
leadership.
Boston College.
Oh
Just
no, I'm
take
sorry.
it.
My apologies. My apologies. It wasn't 21 rushing attempts. It was
20
21
rushing
rushing
yards.
yards
That's
on 16
insane.
attempts.
That's an insane number.
21 fucking rushing yards in the game. I've never heard of that before. Like I can't think of. I don't know, bro. 21 rushing yards from 16 attempts, 1.3 per carry. Time of possession.
Toa Philly had 1 carry for 5 yards.
Yeah, and then so we go back to I don't know what the fuck Mike is doing as far as the identity of the team. Well, I feel like this guy should have been off. I picked up be the offensive MVP going into the season. Lawrence Toa Philly in regards to how we could use him and how we featured him in the ACC championship, things like that. He had 1 carry in this game for 5 yards. He had 2 bad drops on as a receiver. Don't get me wrong, but he had 1 fucking carry, 16 touches. Like I don't understand this. So you look at the box score. He had 1 touch. Rodell Williams had 3 touches. Cam Davis had 3 touches. Keziah Holmes 1 touch. So between 4 running backs, you had 8 carries. Or you had between 4 running backs, you had 8 carries in the entire game. Like I don't understand that shit. Like what? That is baffling to me when you look at these numbers like that. That shit is crazy. I don't know what Mike want to do, man. So I don't know what fucking point he was trying to prove, man. But to try to you go from trying to establish your run to being stubborn and feel like your offensive line is this, that, and the third against Georgia Tech to go the complete opposite and don't even have 10 carries combined out of your running backs. It makes no sense to me. DJU himself, he was bad. He had a lot of up and down plays, a lot more down and damn good. He probably had like a few good throws. 1 throw to Ja'Kai Douglas for like 50 or so yards where he was floating to the right and threw across his body. He was like, damn, that's an NFL throw. And then you had that pick that go for like a pick 6. You're like, what the hell are you doing there? You know, you had pressure. You have with 1st and 6, well, 1st and goal on the 6-yard line, we go 4 and them out. We can't go 3 and out. Was it 4 and out, 3 and out? I think it was 3 and out. We can't even get shit going, and we ended up kicking the damn field goal. He missed the guy in the corner, so but yeah, he was bad. So you combat that with the offensive line not getting any push. Offensive line got bullied in certain situations. Keytron Portier was a bright spot receiver. He made a damn hell of a play at receiver, but this overall, I mean, it was just a terrible performance. You get to the defense, they were just soft up front. They did what they wanted to in the run game, and that's simply it, man. It's a lack of it's bad communication too. It seems like we're out of place and we don't know what the hell is going on in regards to communication. So we have communication and effort too. Like they lack effort. There's just plenty of loafing in certain situations. So if you just go hard, bro, you could correct your damn self. If you go hard and you play physical, you being wrong won't be that glaring because you wrecking some shit and you're going full speed to the whistle is blown. Like, damn, I'm a damn fan of it. That could be acceptable, whatever. Motherfucker pissed off too. But yeah, I think communication, physicality, effort, and coaching are all issues on defense. And you have all 4 of them shits. Like, that's a fucking recipe for disaster. Like, you just winning in regards to that. But yeah, with the game, man. So I think we got a bye this week, but they got to do some soul searching.
Let me ask you. So bye week coming up. Mike kind of almost seemed, which is weird because it's his team, put it together. He's been there 5 years. It's almost like he doesn't know what he has. So it's like he's a bit confused, and maybe that's because again, spring might fool you a little bit. Fall ball might fool you a little bit to think you've got something that you don't, and then you face competition that throws you off your pivot. To you, is this do you think you're almost back to a rebuild stage or a retool stage? Like where do you think you go like the rest of the season? And then, how do you project to go forward?
Nah, it shit seems like a fucking rebuild because you see it from the looks of it, you got some duds on guys you felt like, you could count on, you put some resources in. So it seems like a rebuild in my opinion. But the good thing about that is you do have the portal to kind of supplement that, but you just got to be aggressive and pay the fucking ticket, to be real with you, bro. Like, as simple as that. Like, today's game. So if you want to do that, it feels like a rebuild. But to where you go from here, in my opinion, I think the season is, if you lose one more conference game, I will not there's no point in playing DJ. Well, like we're not competing for a conference. I don't think this team is a conference championship caliber team as it is now. But still on paper, it's a possible chance, right? So I feel like if you lose one more conference game or lose to Memphis or some shit, start Brock Glenn and play and build for the future and see what you got in Brock. Like DJ services, like you do nothing for us as far as the future. The season is at a loss. Excuse me. So you get something out of it by playing these young guys, playing these freshmen and things like that, and see what you could do. Maybe see if you can stick with them, move on, no, whatever it may be. Evaluate those guys, get them valuable playing time, build their confidence up, and go into next year and this, that, and the third. So I feel like if you lose another game, I won't be surprised. I wouldn't be mad if they started Brock next week. I wouldn't have an issue with that. But just overall, though, from a where do you go from your standpoint, I think they lose one more. Like, what's the point of even starting DJU? That experiment clearly has failed in Tallahassee. Well, will fail in Tallahassee if that's the case. And moving forward from the season as a loss, what do you build on? And you got to build on the younger guys playing.
Yeah, outside of perspective, what I saw or what I think is going on now, he's been criticized for the high school recruiting, right? Especially considering what you guys have put together in the last couple of years. You had the 8-4 season, which was you obviously was turning the corner in the right direction, getting things back right.
Don't disrespect our season, bro. It's 10-3, my brother. Don't disrespect our season, bro.
10-3? My bad.
Yeah, it was 10-3, though.
I get you. Okay, hey, my fault. Whatever. 10-3, my fault. So awesome, even better. Made my point even worse, actually. So you went 10-3. You turned in this corner. You lost a lot of tight games, even the ones you did lose. And then the next season you was able to go 13-0 in regular season. And he wasn't able to capitalize in that recruiting area, and so he went back to the portal. But I think this time with the portal, the issue was you didn't have the proven guys. You had guys that like y'all was in with before, your Jalen Browns, your Marvin Jones Jr. These guys hadn't proven anything yet. And so you doubled back on them, which I get. But the problem I think there was they didn't get to really sharpen their claws either, though, because they were sitting on the bench at Georgia and LSU respectively, right? So these are guys that are now learning on the job, and you can't write them off yet because they were talented young dudes. So they may still have a future and potential and be great football players, maybe even NFL guys. It's still early to say so, but I think once you went there, and now you're dependent on Jalen Brown, you're dependent on MJJ. Like now, it kind of changes what you were doing the previous season, which were you brought in proven older guys to lead the charge, and then you will hope that these guys, like the guys that are playing this year, will be supplemental. And it's just not the same. The portal wasn't used the same, and then your deficiencies at high school recruiting is now starting to show a little bit, where you may not necessarily have the rounds, in the chamber. It's something that we could possibly see ourselves. Our team is probably maybe a little more balanced, I think, as far as heavy contributors.
But I think y'all fine. This is just more so. It's gonna be what's gonna be the answer after the quarter
next year quarterback. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think to kind of combat that, y'all did a better job in the high school recruiting. So
right.
So talent in certain areas. Yeah, y'all main issue is probably gonna be, I guess, even the secondary looked damn good against Florida.
A lot better than we would thought. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So I'm not even
we can get into that. We can get into my game a little bit.
You go ahead and take over. Yeah, just I think y'all concern is going to be the quarterback in regards to Cam leaving. But real quick, FSU did get some good news. They got a commit from a linebacker, a much needed linebacker commit, right, from a 2026 kid, but he's a damn physical type of kid. But Isaiah Williams from Leesburg, 4-star kid, he announced he's top 100 type of guy. He announced he's going to commit to FSU. You probably see
they made that man push the button. He was like, this week?
Them boys, that's what they got on that roster. I know I'm
Oh no, yeah. It's just the optics right now. It's like, hey man, we need to win.
Yeah. But I do think this kid was trending towards FSU for a while, that type of deal. So maybe, hey man,
Oh, he had to be. If he committed now, he had to be in the boat.
You know, he's one. I think he's one of them kids that just grew up in no fan.
Just gonna be one, right? Regardless, kind of like people. It kind of leans into my game too. Like I can tell you right now, all the intel I done gathered. Vernell
Beat the
Brown
boys in
is
front of the
done
hoes, man.
showing out.
For
Took
them
the
all
shirt
the hoes,
off.
man.
Took the shirt off so you can see the tats.
Right,
All that,
everything, right?
Yeah, abs is cut up. Been working out real hard, eating clean. Came in the house, man, and went to showing out, man. I'll be honest with you. I called it kind of close to that. I think I said 31-13, something to the tune of that. And I thought it went kind of similar to how I imagined it. A little bit of a hard fought game in the beginning, but really, like right out the gate, I started getting comfortable. And I'm watching us go out there, and I'm watching Cam, right? I've never seen Cam Ward play outside of these clips, the highlights and lowlights that people gonna put up, and spring ball. You can't get again. I'm not judging a lot on spring ball, and I can tell you right now, go back and watch that spring game. He wasn't making these throws. These throws he was making in the spring game, and that spring game was not the throws he was making in that game. So I had no idea we had this kind of guy out there. But when he took off on those scrambles and was just toying with them and kind of lackadaisically running to the sideline and then bringing it down to a real slow walk, I was like, okay, I see there's a different attitude. There's a different swagger here that I'll be honest, I've never seen in the Miami Hurricanes uniform at quarterback. Never seen a Miami Hurricanes quarterback have this type of presence. And I mean, I can't take a lot away from the Gators because I didn't give them a lot. They suck. They suck.
Terrible.
Like they just don't have nothing going. Everything that everybody said about Mertz.
So it was one sequence where I think y'all scored, and it was coming out of the kickoff. Motherfuckers couldn't get the play in, and Billy had to burn the time out of it. Like it was just
right off the kickoff. Yep, that's true. That's a fact. Everything we said about Graham Mertz was true. Those wasn't just trolls. When they said he can't throw deep, he did attempt to throw deep in that game several times. He sails the ball every single time, which tells me he's afraid. He don't have the confidence in himself to locate that ball in a place where he wants to put it. So out of fear, it just goes high and right, just out of the way, so nobody can get it. Yeah, it's not an interception, but you're not giving your wide receiver an opportunity to make the play on the ball either. Pro Trey Wilson, he ran for 122 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They can't figure out a way to get the boy the ball because Mertz cannot throw.
I think their first drive, they had like two good drawn up plays against you guys. Then Billy got in his way and did something stupid. Then they get behind the scenes. Like the play calling is terrible as well too, man. It's just then they just quit too, man. Like once y'all kind of got into a certain spot, it wasn't no let's claw down and them bitches was just defeated. And it's showing that I think they here you go again.
Here we go again. Exactly. Yeah, like we was out there smiling. Mm-hmm. Like my players after a pass interference that that I thought was a little ticky tacky. My cornerback smiling and looking is Daryl Porter Jr. looking him in the eyes and saying, yeah, okay, whatever. Inez Cooper came out there, my starting right guard at the beginning of the game. Everybody cleared the field. He stared out at the crowd and was like flexing, like, yeah, it's about to go down. This is before the game. This is the swamp. This is where they told us it was gonna be too hot. They told us that was gonna be too loud. None of that shit mattered.
Not intimidating, bro.
None of that shit mattered. Cam came after the game and said it was louder.
That's some Canes fans that was at the game say that they heard dope be louder they've heard dope be louder at certain points.
Well, just the number alone, for one, don't get it. I mentioned playing at Austin and Eugene in Oregon. Just the numbers won't necessarily do it. Some of it has to do with acoustics and how it feeds back into the actual place. So if the energy, which I get a crowd this, man, y'all hung in there a long time, longer than I seen y'all hang around for other games. And I think a lot of that was because it was the Canes. They hung around until the fourth. I really expected them to kind of get out there late third. I figured they'd be going to hit the door because it was clear as day we wasn't about to lose this game, and we made mistakes in that game. We could have scored probably 2 more touchdowns in that game. The saddest part to me was I feel like we do have a good team, but I feel like we played a bad team. So I still don't quite know what we got yet. I know we got some tools. Shout out to that defensive line that I said was going to be the strength of the team. Some good additions there. Tyler Barron was a menace all day. Bain got hurt first quarter. He's out of there, so we didn't even have Baby Bain out there. Mesidor was doing this thing. Elijah Austin, another transfer we brought in from Tulane. It just was waves of guys coming in, and it just made it difficult all game long. And I think, again, that's going to be the strength of the team this year. You're going to see us be able to just bring in bodies at defensive line. And I think offensive line, we actually started a guy that nobody kind of anticipated. Ryan Rodriguez ended up starting at left guard. Now, he's probably got center for next year, but I think he was just rewarded for good practice, man. They put him in at left guard. Nobody saw that coming. And did a damn good job there. We didn't really have a fall off at center either, bringing in Zach Carpenter. So a lot of what was our strengths last year, I think got stronger. I still think the overall O-line last year was better, but the D-line is definitely better this year than what we brought out last year. Wide receiver showed up. It was just no part of the game where I could call myself disappointed, only pleasantly surprised. Some of the execution wasn't pinpoint. Like I said, we left a few points out there. Home team let me down. Sam Brown, he out of Savannah, let me down a little bit, man. You had a couple of plays you could have made that he just left out there on the field. So something to grow from there. They gonna tell you that it was game one and they not that bad and everything gonna be good with DJ Lagway. That's a lie. It's not gonna be okay. He got a few plays off, but we rattled him up too. He got touched up too. So he gonna go out here and do his thing against. Well, I don't know, because Sanford hung a bunch of points on them boys a few years ago, didn't they?
Gave them boys a scare.
Gave them boys a real live scare. I think he'll look good.
Points or some shit in that game. It was crazy.
It was insane. Yeah, matter of fact, that was our game. I want to say, yeah, we was hanging out. That was Florida State Miami game, and that game was going on. But I think he'll do his thing and he'll look better. But that team, just in general, they got the size, but I just didn't see a lot of playmakers out there. And for us, heading into the rest of the season early on, obviously it's just one game, and we won't really get truly tested again for a couple of weeks. We got FAM this week. Nothing really.
This y'all September schedule, bro. So y'all had y'all out there. This y'all September schedule. That shit might be sweet as fuck.
Only this time, I think the team can take advantage. I agree. It's always sweet.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, only thing on that schedule to me is I think Georgia Tech is going to be better than we thought. And I remember going into y'all game.
Y'all do play Georgia Tech this year?
Yeah, we do got Tech.
No, okay.
I thought, well, let me double check that, make sure I ain't lying. But, I told y'all before, I thought that Tech would be a little bit better, and I really like their coach.
A lot of starters, so yeah, I think it'll be a pretty solid.
So and they got some speed. They got some speed on that team. So I think that's a team that they stole one from us last year. Yeah, we go to Atlanta this year, November 9th. We gave that game away last year. On that bonehead play that nobody gonna let Mario ever forget, especially since I think it was his third time doing that. You would think, hopefully, he'll finally learn, hey, brother, don't ever do this shit again. We'll see. They say he took it hard, so we'll see. And shout out to Mario, man. Mario's breaking the Gator John and all that. We got to hear them boys elite the locker talk. Mario was talking cash shit.
You say who?
Mario was talking cash shit in that locker room.
I bet. This is which I agree he should do, but this was the perfect situation for him as far as the salesmanship. So you talking shit, do your shit on the sideline, get the revolver going, and you got the juices flowing. I'm telling you, like he's a narrative painter. I told you that he's a He does a good
Listen,
job of paying the
all he
fucking.
got to do is keep getting me players.
No,
That's
if
it.
you guys win, he'll handle the rest with the narratives and all that shit. The issue is just him being able to win, but you bringing enough guys in, eventually you'll do it, and it seems like that's the case.
We got the bodies. Yeah, we showed out in front of the recruits, right there that they brought in.
They are,
Really
like,
poor idea by them.
like, bro, like the visitors locker room. You want to put a recruiting section, and they say that's something that's been there since Spurrier. Okay, cool, I get it.
You might want to change that.
The swamp was a swamp back then. Spurrier was a dog. Y'all wasn't losing at home, so you probably seen a lot of sad faces going that way. Them days are long gone. Y'all motherfuckers been ass for a long time.
Delusion. I'm telling
A
you.
lot of celebrating passing the recruits. So you might want to change that shit up, man, because there's no way. Like, you put that shit by the home entrance. So your guys can go to the party and talk to them and do that type of deal. Like, the opposite side, I don't understand that at all.
Like you said, at one point,
poor old lady, she just guarding this shit with her damn life. And
yeah, shout out. I forget her name now.
She was damn raised, man. She was the toughest motherfucker in the swamp on that day.
Absolutely. You're right, though, man. You bring up an excellent point. I've been saying about these people for a while now, man. They are absolutely delusional. I don't know why they think they're somehow leaps and bounds away from Miami. You only won your last title, like, what, 3 years away from us, 4 years away from us? It's been a long time for y'all, too. Like, where you think you are somehow on some other echelon, constantly talking about the SEC, you not carrying the weight of the SEC. You're not the class of the SEC. You losing to Vanderbilt.
You're a punching bag in the SEC.
You losing to Kentucky now. Like, who do you think you are? And y'all laugh at us losing to Duke or something. What's that? About the equivalent. So y'all are falling behind, and some is. I think it's just now sinking in now. So now it's fired Billy, and Billy's taking shots at Twitter people, and everything's spiraling over there. But here, no, they ain't talking about them people no more. We're moving on to a superior opponent. In FAMU, they won the title last year.
The winners, they know how to win.
Well, we won. Yeah, I need some guys that actually been there, done that. Should be well coached. There's a relationship there actually between Mario and the coach. So I don't think we're gonna run it up.
No, he played at Florida State.
Oh, really? Okay. I think they go back to like high school.
Oh, really?
I think they played at like Columbus together or something like that. Like they go way, way back.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he played. He was a part. He called a pick in the choke at Doak against Florida.
Okay.
He was the play ball at Florida State.
No doubt. So, I mean, you know how this goes. This is one of them games you want to see the young guys. I think not to dig into a bunch of, details or whatever. The most interesting thing I really want to see out of this game, but I don't think I'm going to, would be Emory Williams because of what you brought up earlier. I think we'll probably be back on the transfer market again next year for a quarterback because I don't know.
Emory?
I think they got it as him or Reese Poffenbarger.
That's the
transfer from Albany.
Okay.
But Reese don't have another year, right? Emory does, so obviously. So
Emory should be the guy.
I think
this situation where Cam God forbid, Cam's get hurt and
take an injury, right? And then I do think it will be Emory, but I've been on record before as saying I'm not an Emory Williams fan. And when I say that, I don't mean I think he's a bad player. I'm just saying I don't know who he is yet. I'm going to do my homework so the next time we do this show, I'm going to go back to the Clemson game. I'm going to go back to the Florida State game. I remember watching those games. He was what now?
He was bad at Florida State.
I didn't think exactly. I was like, I didn't see nothing special in either one of those.
It was, even when y'all scored that touchdown, it was never a point in that game where I was
worried that this guy gonna carve you up.
Nah, like he just couldn't push the ball downfield and sustain drives against us. Like it just wasn't happening.
And part of that could have been play calling, right? Because he's a young guy, he going in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because that was a tough being dope cam, and that was a tough ass.
Yeah, that's not a game you want to cut your teeth on, right? So I would like to see him in this fam game just deal a little bit. You remember, you still get 4 games and you can retain your red shirt. So. I think this will be a great confidence builder and an opportunity for him to just, stay involved, stay engaged, and let me just see if I feel like immediately we got to go back to the portal next year, or do we maybe have something in Emory? I really don't know that right now. So that would be the most interesting thing I could take from that game. I just ain't sure if that's going to actually happen. Kind of the word is they kind of expect them to may probably not play in that one, and then probably just put Reese in, and you just get out there with a W. So we'll see. But I really would like to see that. If not, then maybe next week at Ball State, because Ball State is our next game, and then we get into some ACC play. So
I fucking hate y'all, bro.
Hey, we ain't never took advantage. This be the first time, and it ain't
Like,
done yet.
Games, like y'all will win them. I guess you would, like Middle Tennessee State or some shit like that. But overall, like y'all used to win them type of games.
Yeah,
like
exactly. And then we lose to Tennessee State. Well, actually, yeah, we got USF. Let me walk that back. So we play.
Yeah, that one is go. That one I agree that that's a bigger. I think that's
that'll be I think that'll be a game to test.
Y'all got to go to Tampa too. That's gonna be interesting.
Right, and we're going to Tampa. They play a different style offense there. That could be challenging. So
the DVD game, my boy, I want them DBs to snap over there, man. The DVD game.
DVD at FIU.
No, he's at South Florida now.
He moved on. Oh, my man. Stepped up.
He the DB.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they were saying, what's that boy, Kamani, who didn't play? McClain
they were
might
talking
get in over
there.
Yeah. Prayers up to that young brother. He going through it. I don't know what's going on out there, but if he couldn't get on that game,
shit.
Yikes! I don't know.
The kid, some of the same issues that Dion was kind of preaching. Missing certain meetings and just accountability, man.
Man, get out of here. You ain't serious then. You don't care no more. Like, I don't even know why at that point, if he's really doing this stuff, why are you even showing up?
Right.
Like, you're not serious. You're not going to get played. There's not a coach in America that's going to play a guy that's not even going to respect his meetings. It's just not going to happen. You have to be otherworldly for that to be an opportunity. And even then, they'll probably at least bench you for a quarter or something.
Right, you gonna be in a doghouse or some shit like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the national scene for the upcoming games.
Yeah.
First game I got on the slate. We're just gonna call like 5. We didn't actually keep scoring nothing, but just something to at the old folks say, chew the fat about a little bit. We got Tennessee, currently ranked 14th. As 10-point favorites at NC State. I wasn't
really impressed with NC State this past. They played Coastal Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. No, that wasn't Coastal. Western Carolina or something like that. I wasn't really impressed with NC State. But Tennessee, man, like the issue with Tennessee has been the quarterback pretty much, and they feel like they got one in this kid here. So I'm gonna rock with Tennessee, man. I think Tennessee will be pretty solid.
Yeah. I think bro star. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, Nico, I am a Lavea. I think that's how you say it.
Nico could be that guy.
I really do. I think he's going to get a chance to get out there and deal a little bit, but I'm going to take Tennessee to win outright. I kind of like NC State to cover. That's a dangerous team at home. They usually have a well-coached defense as well, and they're a little unorthodox, and they look as well. They go with a little 5 looks.
NC State's an underrated home atmosphere, too.
Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah, that's one of the tougher plays you actually want to pull up to. So this is a night game too, man. The energy gonna be up a little bit. This is gonna be the game for them, So that's the other thing you got to remember. There's an opportunity for them to knock off an SEC opponent. I just think they're gonna be real up for this game. I think Tennessee pulls it off, but I actually think it's gonna be a little closer. I think Tennessee pulls it off by like 4. I think they lose a close one at home.
Yeah, give me NC State to cover.
Now, the next game I only put on here because we playing South Florida, and we really just talking about the spread.
Even though I think it's a different day and age, they go beat the dog shit out of them. But last year, that shit was a pretty tough damn game for the most part. South Florida versus Alabama.
Exactly. So,
people comment says so it's not the home game. Actually, it's a neutral site game in Charlotte.
Oh, in Charlotte, that's right. Absolutely right. You're right. But Charlotte and Carolina too. Now Tennessee gonna pull up.
Yeah, Tennessee gonna pull up.
Tennessee gonna pull up, but Tennessee would have pulled up in where they play at Durham, Raleigh. somewhere up in
Around.
that area. That's all kind of sister cities right in that area, but they would have came to that anyways. So I don't think that changes much as far as the crowd balance will go. I think it probably got to be a little bit more NC State lean, but we'll see how that one go. Yeah. So Alabama are 31-point favorites against South Florida. I got Alabama winning convincingly. They beat Western Kentucky by a big margin.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Go ahead. Let me get the Tide to cover that 31, man. I think they're gonna bury them boys. That'll give me a lot of confidence.
I
Go
think
ahead.
they can too, man. Because I'm telling you, man, Kalen DeBoer was the perfect fucking replacement for Saban. Like, this dude is a damn good coach, and he's playing, and he's been coached for a long time. From a talent standpoint, you just gave this motherfucker the keys to a damn to the Ferrari. Like, he has all the damn talent at his disposal at Alabama. They're recruiting at a high level, top notch facilities. He bring his coaching style and this play call into this. Like, I'm telling you, man, Bama is going to be. You can't replace Saban, but them bitches gonna be competing for the ACC championship and playoff spots for years to come. With the board running the show, so I agree with you. I think they're probably covering this one as well.
And that's the thing for all us Alabama haters, and there's plenty of us. I get it. Y'all got them next year, right? Open up the season.
Yeah, in Doak, so that's gonna be cool. That's
Okay, and so I'm assuming it's a home and home. Y'all go to them year
Mhm.
after. I get it. We hate them because they've been too great for too long, right? So it's like it's really annoying. But if you think that this is just going to be a fall off because Saban gone, I just think you set yourself up for disappointment. I think we're gonna still see quite a run. I don't see Alabama no way near falling off for at least 5 years. To be honest with you, I don't see it at all. But
But the man has won at every spot he's been at, dog. Like, literally every spot he's been at, he's won. He just had Washington in the top 4, and they throwing that bitch left and right down the field, looking like. So you give him the kids at
that's coming
University
to
of
Alabama now.
Alabama, bro.
It's going to the cupboards are still full, ladies and gentlemen. Your team just got to get better. And I'm gonna tell you, I heard Kirby bitching not too long ago about the cupboards not quite as full as they used to be. He used to be in 4 deep, so there is, a little bit being bit out of the pie where they not being as deep as they once were, but they still gonna get top tier talent.
And
Um,
it's still those two, and I guess you could say 3 with Ohio State from a talent standpoint.
Right. Yeah, they taking little bites. They ain't, the NIL did even the playing field to an extent. But also at the same time, these guys that are getting these players that would have went to Bama and Georgia, they got to prove too. Because what's gonna happen is otherwise they just gonna transfer to Alabama or Georgia if things don't work out with you. So you're gonna have to show and prove. But anyway, next game, Iowa State at Iowa, one of the early rivalry games in the year. They got Iowa. They currently ranked 21. Iowa still ain't got no offense as usual. They are 3.5-point favorites against Iowa State.
Give me Iowa.
Iowa.
I believe in that defense, home game in front of Children's Hospital crowd will be crunk. Let's do it. Go Hawkeyes. Caitlin Clark.
Give me you impose the biggest Caitlin Clark fans I know. Boy.
Biggest CC fan right here, baby.
Caitlin Clark, man, she do got a nice little game. I get it to her, man.
She killing, bro. That's crazy.
But they got to chill out when she took her team to the playoffs. It ain't but 12 teams.
That is, but I saw that too. I thought, why the hell they playing to us so damn much? Motherfuckers 12 damn teams in the whole damn league.
But 6 make it and 6 don't.
8 make it, I think. 8 make it, right? 6 or 8? I think it's 8. Only 4 motherfuckers sitting home.
Yeah,
so you gotta be trash to not make the playoffs in WNBA.
WNBA got to get serious, man.
But they haven't been in like 9 years though.
Yeah. Y'all got to, people got to get out and start supporting this. They say they love it. You got to go to these games, man, and get these numbers up.
Caitlin, Angel, and this group here, Brink, they're bringing a lot more eyes to it. Then you got a lot of young dogs too.
That rivalry is great for the game.
Yeah, I do.
It's amazing. Like that rivalry makes it really, even though like it's funny. I saw somebody say Caitlin Clark got to come out and say something. I'm like, Caitlin ain't gonna mess her dollars up. She don't care if racist people love her. I will.
She just hooping.
And they buy sneakers too. Like Michael Jordan say, Republicans buy sneakers too. I don't care what your political affiliations and none of that is. I wouldn't speak on none of that either.
Right.
They like me wherever they like me. All right, we got Utah and Baylor. Utah's at home. Oh, I take Iowa State in that one. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I got Iowa State with the upset on that one. They've been playing that game real tough lately. It's actually really one of the more fun, interesting rivalry games, especially because you get to see it early in the year. Let me get Iowa State on the upset on that one. All right, and then we got Utah and Baylor. Utah's at home. They're favored by 15.
Give me Utah, man. They got the oldest motherfucking college football playing with Cam.
No, we got the oldest.
Y'all got the oldest. They got the oldest quarterback playing. Shout out your boy, man. He scored a touchdown, man.
Scored the first touchdown.
Scored the first touchdown. Grown ass man out there, man.
Yeah, man. His story was kind of cool, though, if you got to actually see the story. His buddy died at Oregon.
Man, but
it's
listen, man.
Cool. Don't get me wrong. I've been the first proponent of, yeah, man, but it's time to go ahead.
You got
to go get a job, man.
Who
paying bills? That's what I want to know.
All right, go pay some taxes. God damn, man. Shit.
Getting this work pool like the rest of us, goddamn.
Right.
Pay your dues, brother. Pay your dues.
But, pay your dues. But yeah, Cam Rising, I think Utah be pretty good this year. They're at home. It's crazy. Dave Aranda had that. It was like a magical first year or something. They just kind of fell off a little bit. We'll see if he could bring it back a little bit and bring that spark back to Baylor.
And that's why I'm gonna take Baylor on this one. I think Aranda's a good defensive mind. They beefed up they NIL. I love they put out like a campaign.
Issue, bro.
They said we pay players. I think.
Yeah, we pay players.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. We should have came
up
with that first.
Like Baylor, that should have been dope as hell.
Yeah,
but you know that Texas money. Like I believe every bit of it.
Yeah, and I mean they admitted it like press conference, like, hey, we got to pay these guys. That's what it is. So let me see. I really like. I'm a huge what's their coach name? Whittingham.
Yeah, Cal is nice.
Huge fan. I really like that guy. I think he runs a great program. But let me get Baylor in the upset. Just kind of fun. 15-point dogs. I at least think they cover that. But I got them to just winning outright, man. Just having some fun there. And last game, we got Michigan is hosting Texas, number 3 and number 10 respectively. Right now, Texas at 3. Texas is currently 7.5-point favorites at Michigan. They're going into the big house.
Give me a blowout in the big house. These boys about to whoop Michigan ass, man. Texas, they about to open this shit up, man. I'm telling you, man. Because Texas is about to show a lot of the deficiencies that Michigan is going to have carrying over, I believe. And I think Texas is just proud to kind of go to run this shit. And I think Michigan's going to have a little solid fall off. Not the Florida State fall off, but it'll be a pretty solid fall off. So give me Texas in the ass whooping.
I'm gonna take Texas too. I don't know. Michigan, I think, will be tough again defensively, but I just think there's a few too many weapons in Texas. Quarterback position is obviously shored up. They're kind of Texas is who Miami's aiming to be. They've been putting together a recruiting class for a few years. Had a great year last year, so it's finally coming to fruition. They've been using the portal, bringing in a couple of guys there to help supplement. I think this is finally the year where you can kind of really say Texas is back to the standard of what they were at their peak of, right, they're constantly contending. And I think they get it done. I think they actually get it done, too, by 2 touchdowns. I don't think Michigan's going to be able to – I think they'll play good defensively, but I think they burn out. They're not going to be able to put up the points to keep up with it. So I'm going to take Texas in a 2-touchdown win on that one, too. All right. Moving right along, man. All right.
What's your animal of the week?
Animal of the week. I chose one of my favorite animals, man. I'm big into African wildlife. I actually want to do like an African wildlife, like collage type tattoo. and this is one of my favorite animals, man. It's the water buffalo or the Cape buffalo, just depending on what you call them. The reason I love this animal, man, is just sheer power, right? And you talking about an herbivore, right? So you don't eat nothing but plants, but they get up to around 2,000, right? And
Good
uh,
state.
if you can get them, they
Yeah, you
nicknamed the Black Death. The hunters that go out there, that's one reason they call them that is a wounded Cape buffalo is a very dangerous animal. They get super aggressive once they get hurt. So once you actually tag them, you better make sure you got them down for the count because they'll take you with them. They'll be like, okay, well, two of us going out now. And another thing I like about them is, the lions, the proclaimed king of the jungle. But when you're dealing with these bad boys, if you go for one, there's a very good chance the whole squad circling back. And they literally will come back to help their people out. And I gotta respect that, man. Like, no
ride for the
animal
guy.
left behind.
Yeah,
Plus, they got the crazy hairdo. They got that bad boy like the old school with the part down the middle with the nasty slick down. You know what I'm saying? Come to the side with like one of them curled up mustache. They rock
right.
that. Surprise. And the other thing about them, as big as they are, man, excellent swimmers, bro. Excellent swimmers. They can actually move through that water quite well. Not like a hippo, because like hippos a lot of times be skipping across water. They actually swim through it, man. So I always got respect for the game, man. Anybody willing to take on the king of the jungle and really stand in the pain for their people, I got to rock with them. They'll actually stump out. If they find lion cubs, they will crush them. If they find like a little, they will literally go trample them. They don't play no game when it comes to them lions.
Hey, that's real, man. That's real. That's real.
You ain't making no more, y'all. Like, I'm like,
Right, man.
ooh,
We got to
that's
kill these motherfuckers while they're young, man, before
they
this shit gets
gangster,
started.
dog. They
Yeah,
gangster.
that's
They
real.
ain't going for it. They try to mind their business, but if you come touch one of theirs, it's an issue, and they all gonna stick together as a family. So that's why the Cape Buffalo is my animal of the week, man. What you got?
Damn, that's crazy. Real cool little fact right there. All right, my animal of the week is the Komodo dragon. This is probably the most ruthless fucking animal there is, man. You see the video right there, eating the
Yeesh.
octopus, man. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers are they different, right? So they're the most ruthless animal on the planet. They can get as big as a small car. They have real strong tails. They can pretty much eat anything from. They're carnivores. Like I said, you see the octopus there. Eat deer. It's a video of. Look at this right here. Oh, yes, perfect.
This is for those who just like it might not catch that whole bit. He just ate a small like antelope, which is about the same size as the actual Komodo dragon itself.
Right. So the Komodo dragon can eat up to 80% of his body weight, right? So you see those big animals and they're swallowing these motherfuckers whole. Like he just ate that shit in like 45 seconds and he good. The largest Komodo dragon ever recorded was 10 feet, 366 pounds. Right. So 80% of that is 293 pounds roughly.
Eesh.
Right. So he's eating plenty motherfuckers. So that's just what they can do. And they, like I said, they literally eat anything. They eat
I
people
seen
as
him
well.
take one of my gang down too. There was a video, man, where
Yeah.
they bit one
Baby
of the
one.
Cape Buffalo and he got separated. Bro, and they waited on him, for like 2-3 days, bro, sitting there like circling him. And finally, when he finally went down, they went ahead and went to town.
So
Yeah,
that's the
Komodo ain't
thing.
nothing to play with.
That's why they're so dangerous, in my opinion. They have poisonous bites that paralyzes its opponent, right? So as prey rather. So just like you said, the Cape Buffalo, it just waited for the bite. Just pretty much sitting. They couldn't move anywhere. So they'll bite you and they'll just follow you. Follow you around until you're actually down for the count. Then they go for the kill. You saw that that antelope. I'm pretty sure antelope was paralyzed and couldn't damn move, swallowed them whole. This is another video I was going to send you guys where damn goat. I was going to send it, but it was crazy. You get the goat crying inside the damn Komodo dragon. Like, it's one of the most wildest shits. But nature is crazy, right? But you see situations like that. I'm like, why the hell these animals aren't moving and running away from? Nah, they can't. Like, it's just they've been bitten, and the poison has taken over to where they can't move anymore. They can swim as well. They run at high speeds or the 12 miles per hour. So, like, it ain't no getting away from this motherfucker. If he's locked in on you, like, he's locked in on you. So I think these guys are by far the most ruthless animals in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, they up there.
Like 8.5 feet, 160 pounds. Though.
That's a big bad lizard.
Right.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap it up with a little House of the Dragon. So we left you last time. Things get ready to jump off in the stepstones. So this episode here kicks off. We back in the stepstones, and you gotta keep in mind too, for those of you just like actually going along and following it along with us. These episodes, they don't necessarily jump like a day or two. They jump years. So when we left you, they was getting ready to go into fighting in the stepstone because basically Damon and Corliss are just pissed off with the king. And Corliss been like, yo, I've been trying to get him to help me with this. He won't help me. So they go in. And as the scene, as it opens up, the crab feeder king, who's like the dude that's running everything down there, is nailing some people. That's his whole thing. He's nailing them to these posts, and then he puts crabs on them so that the crabs are like slowly eating these guys while they still alive and just picking them apart, which is a horrendous way to go. But yeah, Damon's come swoop in, bro. And he lays fire down on everything in there. I thought it was over right then and there. He was blazing them cats up by himself. I didn't even see nobody else. He just came through with Caraxes and just started burning everything in sight.
And they was pretty much running and hiding in the little caves whenever.
That's how they say it itself. Exactly. They ran into the caves to seek cover. They had some archers that was able to fight back, get a few shots in, and again, I mean, Damon's fighting by himself essentially. Or maybe completely. I don't remember nobody else in that scene. And they got a few shots in. So I think he was like, all right, we did our damage. We laid the message down, and I'm gonna go ahead and retreat for now, and we'll come back later on a little bit more well equipped. But this fight actually goes on for years. So you gotta follow that. They skip it in the show so it doesn't seem quite as long. But this fight has actually been going on for quite a bit. Meanwhile, like I said, we done jumped 2 years. So a little over 2 years, actually, because now Viserys has had a child with Alicent. Yeah, Aegon. Which I think
the Conqueror.
The second of his name, I believe.
Second of his name.
Yeah.
Like, how in the fuck you go from Aegon the Conqueror
to this one?
Right. This is the follow-up. Damn.
Yeah, this Aegon, as you get further in the show, if you, like I said, if you actually following with us, this one ain't quite the original Aegon. The original Aegon, I did some research on him. He was a cold cat, man. But
I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be dope.
He really wanted peace though, but he just, if you wouldn't rock with
on
him,
his terms.
Yeah. If you ain't gonna rock with him, and we gotta do what we gotta do. So basically that's going on. So they give us a little bit of that, and now meanwhile they're celebrating Aegon's second birthday. So they're having a hunt. You remember, like Viserys, like in the first one, he's all about celebrating family, fun, life. So he's celebrating his son. It's amazing. The prince is here. Finally got his male heir. And the thing is because he has this male heir, everybody's assuming that the male heir will now take Rhaenyra's rank as the heir. And so they kind of act in that way. And people are trying to come at the princess. One of the Targaryen twins is a Targaryen that's not Targaryen, I'm sorry, Lannister twins. Is one that's on the council. It's the other one that stayed back at Casterly Rock. So he tried to, throw his hat in the ring, like, yo, I'll take care of you, my queen, or just regular old lady. It don't matter because it's a power move regardless. So either she
Right.
gonna be the queen or she gonna be a lady. Either way, this is gonna be a great move for both of us. And Viserys is kind of in the middle of all this as well because she gotta get married. You know, in this day and age, you like 17, 18, you gotta get married. So this becomes a focal point of now this get back to the Game of Thrones thing, where people are trying to maneuver their own power positions.
The politics of it.
Absolutely, because the High Towers was like, oh nah, we got to get Aegon to be the heir. Like that's their whole play is, oh no, it's a boy now, and that's my grandson. Oh yeah, this a wrap. We got to make this happen. Allison at this time don't even care like that. She like, nah, it's cool. Let Rhaenyra is her homegirl. Let her go ahead and take the spot. And meanwhile, all this is going on. That they have the hunt. They go out to kill what they was called a white hart, which is like this big, humongous, like elk type animal. And I think it was some symbolism in that. Just like they said they was going to get a white hart, they went out there,
did.
have it. It was another big stag though, and
But the white hart was found by
Rhaenyra actually a little bit later on, exactly. And the king himself, it was a show of how he's a little bit soft and don't have that killer instinct that everybody around him does. Because
That's
when
the
he went
little
to
point
strike
when
him,
he stabbed her once, yeah.
right, he didn't kill him, so I had to give him another stab to actually go ahead and take him out. And I think it was just a little, they showing you just a little bit more into the character of like this guy kind of not built to be king in a lot of ways. He's good in keeping peace, but he don't have that extra. He ain't got the Mamba mentality of hey, I got to take out my prey. So they get into it about that. He finally says that happens. Rhaenyra's upset. She runs off in the woods. Sir Christian Cole follows her. She ends up staying the night because she basically just being rebellious. He stays and protects her. Middle of the night, a boar comes out. She killed the boar. Well, he makes a stab move. Think he got him. The boar attack her. Rhaenyra jump up, stab him up. Stick him about 17 times. Boom, boar dead. And I think that's when she saw the white heart.
Mm-hmm.
She come back the next day to camp, covered in blood, dragging this bull. And again, so here we go foreshadowing, right? So now we get to see the difference. Rhaenyra got that kill in her. She literally just killed this hog. And she's a petite little girl. And she took him out. Dad didn't quite have that edge. So, again, just showing you a little bit about who this character is going to be. Eventually, the dad basically just tell Viserys, just tell her, look, you pick. But you got to pick. So that stuff starts going on. Strong, who was like the like CJ said before, he kind of the most solid and to the king and keeps it real the most with him. He told him, look, the best match would be Corlys' son. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. The prince, though, or I don't know, they're not royalty, but Corlys' son, that he got with the princess. And he's actually a dragon rider as well. They don't really touch on that much in the show. You got to pay a little attention. Laenor, yeah, Laenor got to marry Laenor. So it's not a foregone conclusion at this point in the show that that's what's going to happen, but it kind of feel like okay, you're going to lean into that. So then this one was a super eventful episode. So basically, that's out in the air. We get back to the Stepstones. Back to the Stepstones. And it's looking like they're a little defeated. Like, he's been fighting for a while. Things ain't going his way. And Daemon kind of ready to wave the white flag. So he literally does that. But Daemon being Daemon, he pulled some bullshit, rabbit out his hat, and go to fight him when they think he's ready.
You got to back up, though. The reason, remember he got the letter from Viserys saying,
yeah. You're right.
You going through it, we about to send y'all some fucking help. Let's hang out it.
Absolutely right. So that goes to show you Daemon pride.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how proud he is. He didn't like that. He took shit in his own hands and like Larry
killed that dude, I think.
Yeah, came back with his head. Ended up winning the war for him.
No,
So,
I'm talking about the messenger. Like,
oh
you
yeah,
know
he
how they say
killed him
don't
off.
kill the
Real.
messenger? He
Yeah,
beat
he
bro to
killed that
death
bro.
with his own helmet.
Yeah.
And then was like, nah, he ain't about to help me. I go win this on my own.
And that's when he
And
literally went out there by his own. He was about to die until a few of them came out there and helped him.
yeah,
And
he
he saw
got
his opportunity with the Crab King and went in that bitch one-on-one in that cave and did what Damon do.
and yeah, bro came through with Sea Smoke, which I was like, well, if they had Sea Smoke the whole damn time,
Oh yeah, he won with
the
Damon
hell we
first.
waiting on? Yeah, like this
Right.
this ain't need to take as long as it took. Other than I
Right.
guess they just trying to say like the caves gave him a lot of like a
Protection.
fortress type set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not went right up in them up, right in the inches of them damn
Oh
caves
yeah,
and
just blow flames up
lit
in
them.
there. So
Lit them shits up.
that's pretty much episode 3, man. You know, this story they take their time, man. They build it up and take things out, but or stretch them out. But that's pretty much it, man. So keep following with us, man. Still one of the best shows. I don't care what nobody say. This one's up there for me. You got anything before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Just make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, man. We're gonna be doing this every week from Miami fan perspective, FSU fan perspective. Fun you guys some different shit. Of course, like I said, Game of Thrones, Animal of the Week, and just overall diversity, just to keep the vibes going a little bit. But again, appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll tap back in next week. I know Harlan's going to be out in Nashville. Me and Larry on to figure out how we'll get it going and go from there. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. No,
Nashville fire. I can't hate on
all right, he be hanging. All right, man.
it.
Go Nose. I ain't gonna say go Canes, but you know the
I said,
vibes.
okay, you already know what it is. I ain't saying we back. Peace.